What is up, my dudes? Today's episode, we are kicking off our week 4 matchups. We have starts, sits, sleepers, picks. We got some dynasty talk, pick your player, all that good stuff. I am joined by Jordan, and Peter Pan is back from Disneyland. Seth, how are we doing, man?
Yeah, no, it was a fun time. I had a great time. It's good. I did not go live from Disneyland like I did last time, though.
You should have went live again. I think you should have. I think you should have went live while we were there Thursday night. I'm sure you were just on Dumbo or something. It would have made great content.
It actually would have. Yeah. Last time I was on the carousel. You know, my daughter was riding the horse. This time, I think I only rode the carousel once this time. So, surprisingly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you don't do everything you want to do at Disneyland. I'm glad it's actually about the kids. Jordan is without a phone, so he's a little more I'd say you're a little more uptight, maybe, Jordan. Is that accurate? You know, you're phoneless. Like that's like I don't know how you're gonna get your plays in before Thursday. You know, we got our live coming tomorrow night.
Luckily I have internet access. You know, I'm using like an old phone that only works on Wi-Fi, but like, you know what's so annoying? Like, I get why it's like this, but like I'm trying to log in like to Instagram on my phone. I can't log in because it wants me to log in, send a text message to my phone to log in on this phone. And I'm just like I can't, you know, it's like I get why they do it. Like,
you gotta do
like
the
it
email.
helps you. I won't let me. I said email, and then it says continue.
It's a mess.
It says, send a text or send a text to your phone. Yeah. Like, and I'm just like, it's just so, I get why it protects you, right? Like, it's for your security benefit. So I like it. But like, at the same time, it's like, it's slightly annoying when like, I don't have access to my phone number, you know? So,
Jordan, yeah, I have a buddy that his phone broke while he was in Scotland. He was there for 3 weeks. He had to go to the Apple store, buy an Apple Watch with a phone plan in order to get a new phone because they couldn't send the message to him. He had no way to get it.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I'm glad I leave for London in like 3 weeks. Like, this would have been a disaster if this would have happened like while I'm in London, or like,
yeah, it would have been.
Or like the day I leave, you know, like, I mean, it would have been an absolute disaster. Like, I mean, imagine like if you're in the airport, Trent, and this happened.
Oh, you'd have to get a paper ticket. And you wouldn't be able
you'd
to
have to go talk
any food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be awful. Like,
yeah,
it'd be a disaster.
You know, for those of you new to the pod, Jordan's such a big Jaguars fan. He's going to London for the game. Seth, we got week 4. I got a couple players here picked out for some week 4 picks. Do you want to lead pick your player for us here, Seth, right now? You know, I got him in there. In the show doc.
So let's go with the first one. I think Trent has a poll for this one. We have Drake Maye versus the Carolina Panthers, or Patrick Mahomes versus, what is that one? I can't read that one. Trent, what does that say?
Baltimore.
That's
Baltimore. The Ravens. So we have another big matchup this week with the Ravens playing the Chiefs, or maybe a potential dumpy game, but a good quarterback who's been playing pretty well against a bad team, Carolina.
Jordan, are you Mahomes all the way, Jordan?
What do you mean?
Like who would you rather play here, Maye or Mahomes?
Man, I think it's Mahomes, to be honest.
Worthy's practicing, by the way.
What, Seth?
Yeah. Worthy, he kind of has in limited fashion in the last couple of weeks. I think he plays this week at home.
He practiced.
This is an Yeah, it's in Arrowhead. Oh, if he's playing for sure. I think it's a good spot for him. I'll be honest, like this Baltimore defense kind of sucks. I mean,
yeah, they're not bad. What they used to be. Well, yeah, I saw, who was it? Some sports show said that the Ravens are, maybe it was, who's the old Lions quarterback that did the safety, Jordan? Who was that guy?
Oh, it's Orlovsky. Dan Orlovsky.
I'm pretty sure it was Orlovsky, but he said the Baltimore Ravens their defense is built to beat the Chiefs and not the Bills. It's built to beat the Chiefs and the Bengals. It's not, if you have a running game, it really struggles, but they've been thrown on too. So I don't know where exactly that's coming from. So unless they have a really good game here, but I just haven't seen that much out of Mahomes. It's crazy. Both these teams are 1-2, but I was looking at PFF rankings here, Jordan, and I'm gonna go with Drake Maye just because I feel like there's maybe it's not. Mahomes is actually running a lot too, though, Jordan. I think he's ran like 18 times.
The first 2 games he ran a lot. Last week 3 he didn't run as much. They didn't really need to, right? Like close games he's gonna run. I mean, the Giants couldn't do anything in that game, so like they just didn't push him at all. I think this is a decent Mahomes spot. Especially I think getting Worthy back helps a lot. I mean, I think it's a decent spot. Like I would lean Mahomes. I lean Mahomes over May. It's probably closer than it usually is, but it's a pretty good matchup for the Chiefs with Baltimore.
May is quarterback 6, by the way.
Yeah.
This year, yeah, I mean he's been really good.
Yeah, May. Yeah, and on PFF right now, May is ranked as QB 7 going into the week, and Mahomes is ranked as QB 8. So splitting hairs there. On X, I ran a poll. There's still 17 hours, so a lot of juice left. I'll retweet this. Give me a follow at TFF Dudes on X. But Drake Maye is up 71.9% right now. Patrick Mahomes with 28.1%. Only 32 votes. So it could. I figured it'll balance a little bit here. Could just be some Mahomes hate. Panthers defense, I'm not sold on this Panthers defense, having, back-to-back really good games here. And I also think that the Panthers can actually, score some points on this Patriots team here. But I'm also like a really big Drake Maye guy. So I'm going to go with Drake Maye here. Seth, are you kind of in the same spot there? Or you team Mahomes here with Worthy back?
No, I'm going Drake Maye.
It's really close. I think it's really close.
I was shocked to see them both ranked that close to each other. I was even shocked to see Drake Maye, right there. What about Caleb Williams or Mahomes, Jordan?
Caleb plays the
Vegas Raiders.
Mahomes. You really think Caleb goes 2 good games in a row? I'm not convinced about that.
Okay. Yeah. Caleb is ranked 5 on PFF and Mahomes is 8.
No, I mean, it's a good spot. Yeah. It's a good. You're talking. You're splitting hairs. And the reality is, you're probably not choosing between them.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. All right, Seth. What do we got next here?
I do think though Drake Maye is, I think, on a decent amount of waiver wires in a lot of leagues, though. I will say.
Yeah,
so,
he's not as like. I believe he's in the 70s, but yeah, on rostership.
I think his ceiling might be the highest of those 3.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, like
because of his rushing touchdown equity. Like, I think Caleb might have the lowest ceiling actually, which I think is crazy. It just kind of sounds weird, but
the Raiders.
I mean, I guess they all have some rushing upside. So
yeah, Caleb just has a horrible defense, though.
It's true. But I mean, the Chiefs, that game could shoot out too. It's a 48 total. Like, it's clear the total's higher in that game than it is the other 2 games we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go into our second one. We have Omarian Hampton at the New York Giants, and Bucky Irving and the Buccaneers host the Eagles. Which 2 do you like, or which one of the 2 do you guys like?
What do you think about Seth's hoodie that he cut the sleeves off, Jordan? Like that's a new look. I haven't seen those dudes sleeveless hoodies. That's a good look.
Dude's hoodie though.
Yeah, it's a good look right
there. It's gotten stained from my own children and my own spills on it. That's the point where I can't really wear this in public. It's so stained, so I just cut off the sleeves because I like wearing hoodies, and I just thought I'd cut it off.
Nice,
interesting.
Yeah, cool story. Okay, so who do we got here? We have Seth said Omarian Hampton versus the Giants or Bucky versus Philly. Bucky, you get a little of that receiving upside. Jordan, I'm kind of without. I think this is a great spot for Hampton. He had a good game last week. I think this is a good spot for Hampton to keep doing what he's been doing.
Yeah, but so Hampton definitely has the backfield to himself now. There's no Najee anymore. My thing, though, is that I think Bucky is going to be utilized heavily in the receiving game this week. No Mike Evans. Like, this is a game that they're going to probably be trailing. They're going to be trailing. They're going to use Bucky, I think, in the receiving game. They might use Bucky and Rachaad White together a lot because they're down. Like, they're down. Do you think Godwin plays? What's the practice? Did he practice in full?
He practiced full. Yeah. I don't know.
What, Seth?
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like
yeah.
I got a report, but I couldn't really see it because my phone was all jacked up. But I just remember seeing something about Godwin. So, like, but you really think that he's going to go from not playing in 8 months to, like, being a full go, like, full workload week 1? There's no way. There's
He
no
logged
way.
a full
So,
session.
like, okay. We'll know tomorrow, like, if he's off the injury report, but
It's
he's
his
no
first
way
practice.
there's no way he's going to be a full go, even if he does play. So, like, they're going to have to use Bucky. It's going to be Agbuka, Shepard, like, Otten, Tez Johnson. Like, I mean, we're talking, I mean, we're really reaching here. So it's like, yeah, I think Bucky's going to have a huge day receiving wise. He's going to get a huge workload, like, on the ground. I could see him getting like 25, 30 touches in this game. So, and it's going to be a tough game. They're probably going to be trailing in this game. I think Hampton's good too. I lean Bucky though.
You think it's all hands on deck? We get a lot of Rashad White snaps too. Like,
I would not be
fleshing
shocked
out.
if they play both of them together.
Yeah. So deep leagues, maybe White's not a terrible play this week.
I think I honestly, I don't even think this is a competition to me. It's by volume alone. I'm going Bucky here. Like, I don't know. Like,
Just
he
'cause,
might
like,
get 30 touches and total 90 yards. Like, like, but if he gets 5 catches, that's a lot, and maybe gets a
I think
touchdown.
I think in PPR it's a lock. Bucky's a lock. I think Bucky easily in PPR. The thing is, though, is that, like, the Chargers have shown zero willingness to run the football when it doesn't work. They're just gonna throw. Like, they literally just throw.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's working.
Yeah.
So
I think this is a really good spot for the Chargers running backs to get going, though, because the Giants are like the fourth worst, worst running defense against running backs. So, like, what are the yards they're giving up per game? They're giving up quite a.
Like, my argument to that, though, Trent, is that the Chargers look like it doesn't seem like they can run the football. Like, there's no room. Like, I'm trying to see who they played. They played KC, Vegas, Denver. Like, are you telling me that the Vegas and the Giants are that much difference in the run game?
Well, he did solid. He did solid versus Denver last week, and I feel like that was a tough matchup for.
What did he do
for him? I think he had like 24 fantasy points, right?
Hampton did?
Yeah, I thought he was in the 20s. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was like 18. Let me see here. He had a good fantasy performance last week. Trying to log in here or something, but yeah, he was solid.
He had he had 6 catches for 59 yards. So they used him in the passing game quite a bit.
Yeah,
and
rushing
then
TD.
He had
19 carries for 70 yards.
1970 yards and touchdown. Yeah. No, you're right.
So
I mean,
I think it could be. I think this is a great spot for him to continue what he built on last week. Like, Giants are giving up a lot of yards to running backs, and so I don't think it's a terrible. I think it's a pretty good spot for him. And he's right now in PFF. Bucky's at 9 for the week, and Hampton's at 10. Hampton was at like 22 last week, so he's jumped the ranks quite a bit on PFF for the week off of that performance he had.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I think it's pretty close. I lean Bucky, but I think Hampton is fine.
I have both in 2 different leagues. Obviously, I don't have them both in the same, unfortunately, but I'm going to lean Hampton here. Seth, you're Bucky, right?
Yeah, I'm going Bucky for sure.
Yeah, just because you like Bucky's so much, probably.
And here's a third one, guys. This one, Trent, I don't know if you're trying to offend Jordan or just pull at his heartstrings here, but we have Drake London versus the Washington Commanders, or Brian Thomas Jr. versus the 49ers. Jordan, let's go to you first so we can hear your heart.
Listen to your heart.
It's Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, really, like, Drake. I might, man. I was such a big Drake London guy. I might be done with him. I don't know, man. Like, the guy had what, like 2 catches and 25 yards against the Panthers. Like, I mean, And I might be wrong on. I was really high on Penix. He might suck, and that's a shame. But
I don't think it's Penix, Jordan.
What do you think it is?
I think they hired a horrible coach that they had already used before, and they brought him back. Like, I don't even know if Kirk Cousins was the problem last year. Like, I think this is just like I think they don't have a good offensive quarterback or coach. Like, the weapons are there. I don't know what the issue is. The line's not horrible either.
Drake had 555. So I mean, he was stuck on 2 for like 20 for a long, long time. So you're talking their pass block. The Falcons had the 5th best pass blocking grade on PFF.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so is it Penix? Is it the coach? Like, I feel like they just aren't. Was the line that bad last year? Like, I feel like everything's there. I don't understand. I feel like the coach needs to take a lot of the blame here. This is back-to-back years, 2 different quarterbacks that both of them look awful.
I mean, Trent, on PFF, this makes no sense. They have a 34.4 grade on the pass thing, but on pass block for last week, they had 76.1. So pass blocking was not the issue last week, and they scored 0 points.
Yeah. So what'd they rake Penix? It has to be Penix, has to be bad, but I don't know why you have like Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. You can't do nothing. This should be a top 5 offense, absolute lock every single week.
I mean, he had a really bad grade on PFF, 27.9. Okay. I mean, he was
and then the week before he was
before. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a 70 passing grade yet. So I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Here's the thing with Brian Thomas Jr. Yes, has been bad. Yes, but the volume is more consistent than it is with Drake London. I feel better about the offense, which I don't feel great about Trevor Lawrence, but I feel better about him than I do Michael Penix. I feel better about the coaching than I do. And, like, I think the stuff coming out of Jacksonville with Brian Thomas is more positive than the stuff coming out of Atlanta. And, like, I really think, like, that Brian Thomas Jr. 50-yard catch to kind of win the game for them is going to boost something in it. Like, it has to, right? Like, I mean, it was so bad for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And to get that long pass towards the end to pretty much win the game, like, I think that could unlock a little bit for him, get his confidence right, get his head right. And, like, you could tell they like him there. Like, it's not like so I don't know. Maybe that's the homer in me talking. It probably is. I just feel better about the Brian Thomas situation than Drake London. And, like, if we're being honest, we've seen Drake London disappear at times the last couple of years. Brian Thomas is really good for a whole year straight. Like, Brian Thomas has more credibility in my mind than Drake London. But again, that could be the homer in me too. I don't know.
I think I'm going Brian Thomas Jr. here, Jordan. Like, I'm not high on either one of them. Like, both completely just really frustrating. I'm going to go with the volume of Brian Thomas Jr. though over Drake London, and looking
this could be the tiebreaker. The Jaguars game is a 47 total. The Falcons game is a 45 total. Like, I don't know.
Brian, here, the other reason I thought this was an interesting one to bring up, I think there's a lot of teams that have Drake London, Brian Robinson stacks. Do you have this stack, Jordan?
Like, Brian Thomas? Brian Thomas?
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
I'm sure I have plenty of. I'm sure I have plenty of best ball teams like that. I'm sure.
I think there's a lot of guys that have Brian Thomas and Drake London, and they're just like, what is going on? I think there's a lot because those both return guys in that second round.
Yep.
So PFF, Seth, who are you going with here?
I'm going with Brian Thomas. I think just by volume alone, I think at some point it has to click. Like, also when you're going to get like Travis Hunter involved, like you're arguably your second or maybe your best player on your team. Like, when are you going to get some of these guys involved? You know, I don't know. I think at some point you got to start just giving these guys the ball at least once a possession. Like, it's got to happen.
So I may be the slunt buster for you guys on this one to help everybody out, all the Brian Thomas guys. But PFF has Brian Thomas Jr. rated as wide receiver 21 this week. and Drake London at wide receiver 12. So decent little gap there. It'll be interesting to see if what happens there. I like going back and looking at these, from the week before. Last week, we had Daniel Jones versus Kyler Murray. Daniel Jones was better. Omarian Hampton versus Josh Jacobs. Omarian Hampton was better. Ted McMillan versus A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was better, and I had A.J. Brown as a sit, and he got away with the best push off ever to get that touchdown right there. But there's a little slump buster, got all you A.J. Brown fans, back in it, got a reason to play him. Seth, what do we got next here?
Yep. If we want to get into our week 3 starts and sits here, we also have a sleeper pick, and Trent and Jordan are going to come at you guys with a survivor and an upset pick of the week. But let's start with Trent with your start this week.
All right. My start of the week, guys. Jordan, I have a feeling you don't like this one. I got Ashton Genti versus the Bears. Raider Nation, let's buckle up. This matchup, I think, could be the one to get Ashton Genti going as they're taking on the Bears at home. I think he really could explode here. It's a good spot for him to pop off. I'm not sure if it doesn't happen here. I don't know if it will happen. Bears run defense is giving up 121 rushing yards per game. And honestly, I think that number would have been even higher if the Cowboys game script hadn't gotten away from them last week. It absolutely spiraled away. So I think Genti is actually in a good spot to feast. Just like the Costco guys, I think Genti's going to bring the boom. Seth, I thought you'd like to bring the boom take right there, but I just think this is a really good spot for Genti to finally get going. And if he can't get going here, I don't know when it's happening, because the Bears defense is just absolutely horrible. And the Raiders, I'm really hoping the Raiders start throwing him the ball. Like, I was thinking there'd be a little bit more receptions in Genti's game, and it just has not been there. So he's had some little plays where he's played pretty good, but I'm hoping this is a good spot for him to get going. So going with the rookie running back right here, Genti for the silver and black. Jordan, I'm sure you like the matchup. I know you're not a huge Genti guy with this Raiders team, though.
Yeah, no, it's a good matchup. I think the spot is the spot. Like, if you're going to pinpoint a spot for Genti, this is the spot. So, I mean, yeah, I don't mind it. They're not really using him, like you said, in the passing game. He's kind of a run only guy. And it's but again, they're favored in this game. So
yeah,
47.5 total. I think it's this spot, at home. So if you're gonna take a spot for Genti, this is it. So I don't mind it.
Yeah. On PFF, Genti is ranked on the week. Where's he at? There was a couple. He's running back 20 right now. So I feel like he could finish higher than that. A couple other running backs that I like this week to finish higher, but I thought Genti, I thought this was a good spot for him to get going. Seth, what do you think about Genti? You're in all the Raider group texts. You have the biggest pulse on the whole situation, I would say.
I saw something on the internet saying that, yes, while Ashton Genti's fantasy numbers don't look so good, he's making good plays on the field. He just happens to be on a team where you're not going to see that fantasy return I think we were all hoping we'd see. I just don't think the Raiders are good enough to support a star player. I think Brock Bowers is an exception because he's a good tight end. Tight end's kind of a safety blanket, kind of sometimes for a bad offense, or they're kind of running an offense around him, right? Where they're maybe not running it around Genti. I think the Raiders could have made a better pick in this draft. And I think they would have had a better return, if that makes sense. I don't know if they necessarily needed a running back just yet, because I don't think he's making much of a difference right now. But this is the week to do it.
All right. And guys, remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Really helps us out. Give us a like. Give us a sub. And remember, let's kick your weekend off early. Join the dudes on Thursday night. We're going live 9 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be doing our favorite, DFS plays, prop plays, starts and sits questions. Maybe we'll react to some crazy stuff that happened on Thursday, just like Jordan's reacting to something he's sweating out right now. But join us Thursday night on YouTube and X at TFF Dudes. Give us a like. Give us a sub. hit the bell. Join us, guys, and yeah, should be a good time. Jordan, what are you sweating out right now, man?
I'll be honest. I checked out of baseball like 3 weeks ago, but my Diamondbacks are a game back from the playoffs, so I decided to get back on the swing and watch a little bit of baseball this week.
Oh, it's
we just tied it 4-4. Sack fly. I thought he hit a bomb right now, but we are if we win today, we are in the playoffs. We're tied. 3-way tie for the last wild card spot. The Diamondbacks literally were sellers of the deadline and somehow worked their way back in the playoff hunt. Like, it would be crazy, like, to like not make it last year after we went to the World Series and somehow make it this year to the playoffs. Like,
the Dodgers bullpen has been so garbage.
Oh, they're awful.
They're so bad. Our starters have been doing so good. I think over the last like 8 starts, the starters have given up like less than 2 runs, and the bullpen just giving up every single run possible in the last 3 innings of the game. So annoying. Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah. No, anyone out there? No. Anyone out there that's listening to this pod, you're new to this pod, just like, and you think your life's tough, just be like, do I like the Jaguars and do I like the Diamondbacks? And then it's like, hey, it's probably not that bad. And then you have me, who's a Cowboys fan. That's just been, 30 years of just absolute misery. So we're here for you guys. We aren't all like Seth and just decided to be Seahawk fans because they got cool neon jerseys and Russell Wilson. So anyways, guys, give us that like, give us that sub. We really appreciate it. Seth, what do we have next here, buddy?
Okay, let's go over to Jordan's start here.
Yeah, talking about wide receivers that are just in a rough spot right now. I got Marvin Harrison Jr. as my start early in the week on a Thursday. He's still playing all the snaps. He's second on the team in targets to McBride. So, like, he's still there. It's not the best matchup against Seahawks, but I think they're going to keep feeding him. Like, he is their guy. He's their first-round pick from last year. I mean, he's another guy who just looks awful in the locker rooms. Like, he's just eating him alive that he can't make these plays. I mean, might be one of the worst drops you've ever seen, but here's the thing. The guy has good pedigree. I mean, I'm sure his dad can give him all the advice in the world. He was extremely talented at Ohio State. Like, I don't care. Like, he was so good at Ohio State. It's a gut call from me. I think it's a get-right spot for Marvin Harrison Jr. I think they feed him. They're going to need him in this game. Like, this is a game that I think they're going to be down. I think they might be trailing. So this could be a back-and-forth game. Like, I think this is a good game, divisional game. They're going to need Marvin Harrison Jr. And I think he has a good game, So, I mean, he's being ranked in the 30s at some places. So, I like him to be a top 25, top 20 receiver here. And I wouldn't bench him. I guess that's my message. Like, don't bench him. I think he has a good week this week. And I think the short week actually helps him because he can't think about everything for too long, right? Sunday, he played awful. One of the worst drops you'll ever see. He gets a reset day on Monday. And then Tuesday, right back the next week. You don't have time. You're preparing. I think this is a short week is actually really good for him in the situation that he's in.
I don't think you can bench him either, Jordan. It's frustrating. He should be better. He's dropping passes. He has to bounce back. I would think at least he would have to bounce back. But Seth, you're a Seahawks fan. Are you gonna just turn your nose up at this, or what are you thinking?
The Seahawks are susceptible by the air, so I think it's going to be fine. James Conner's hurt, so maybe they rely less on the run this week. I don't know, but Marvin Harrison, I think he's going to have a good week. But the Seahawks will still win, so it won't matter.
Yeah. Hawks look good. Darnold's looking good. Jordan, you have a play in this. I think you had you put out on X, you had JSN over 81.5 receiving yards.
Yeah.
I got him at 80.5 on Sleeper.
Yeah, it moves. It's different on different things. It was more 81.5. Some places 82.5. It was 80.5. Some places he just goes over this. He's gone over this number every game. I mean, it's a high number, but I mean, he's just been awesome, and his target share is ridiculous. Him and Puka are like the best wide receivers in fantasy football right now, or in football. Like, he's running 4.8 yards per route run, like almost a 40% target share. I mean, he's just been really, really good. And Darnold and he gets off chunk plays, he gets 20 yards a catch, and he's playing
like Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. I mean, he's
that's
finally
the exact receiver I'm seeing. Is he's playing like Justin Jefferson, and the nice comparison is right. You got that with Darnold at the Vikings, and now you're getting it now. Like,
in a perfect world, Seth will be wearing his JSN jersey during the live.
I do
Thursday
have that
night.
in my closet. I'll probably wear it tomorrow.
Yeah.
The worst thing
is a decent game.
The worst thing that could happen tomorrow is if, like, or today when you're listening, is that the Seahawks just get out and get like a 2-touchdown lead. But I just don't see them doing that without JSN being a big part of that. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't mind putting. I did a play with him, Jordan, and I have Horton in there as well. I think he was 29.5 receiving yards. Horton.
I like the Benson
involved.
receiving yards too.
I think what I do on the, I think I did Kyler Murray. I can't remember what I did.
I like the Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison's like 48.5, 46.5. I don't mind.
I had Marvin 46.5. I had Horton and I had Jason. That's why I had those three. Last week on the live, I did a 5 pick. I was one short. I think I was about 4 yards from Tyler Warren away from having a very nice day. And a couple, I did like 2 5 picks. So we're coming back. We're going to get one of these.
Can we not talk about
guys.
last week, Trent?
But we just have to let the people know what they're missing out with. Like if they did most of our plays, they'd be rich.
I was 5 for 6 on all my leans. The problem is my favorite play of the week didn't hit, and I had him attached to so much. So yeah, it's very frustrating.
Same. Seth, what do we have next here?
Let's actually, before we go into sleepers, let's go to our upset picks this week. Jordan, we'll start with you.
Are we not doing sits, Trent? Seth, are you just really mixing around?
He's mixing around, man. Come on.
Okay. This is tough. I went Panthers, but like it's not like I feel great about that. But yeah, New England, Carolina. I mean, plus 195 on the money line. The other one I leaned was like, I didn't really like much else underdog wise. I can't. Tampa maybe on the road at home against Philly. Like I don't like Atlanta. Like I don't even trust Atlanta as an even money on. The Colts on the road. No,
there wasn't a lot of upsets I like, Jordan.
I don't trust the Jags on the road going to San Francisco. So I don't know. Maybe the Chiefs at home. I don't think that was up when I looked. I don't think that game was up on the book when I looked, Trent. So, like, maybe I lean to maybe Chiefs at home. But, like, I don't like that either. So, I don't know.
Yeah, those are two, like, desperate teams right there. So, that's a tough one. I have Steelers at Vikings as my upset of the week. Minnesota's favored by 2.5 right now. I know Vikings defense is playing pretty good. I could just see the Steelers finding a way to win this one with their veterans they have. No other reason than that. Like I couldn't get myself to say Falcons upsetting the Commanders, or what about the Browns just absolutely trashing my survivor pick last week?
There's no way the Browns.
They're not doing it again. But man, okay. Yeah, that's my upset. Seth, do you have an upset here? Going like Jets over Miami, and then like, can you really say Jets over Miami? Like, how would that be an upset? Like they're both 0-3. Like that's a.
Yeah, I mean the Jets are the underdog though, so I mean technically it'd be an upset.
I had that, but it just felt weird. Like I don't feel like if both teams are winless, I don't. It should be an upset if either one of them wins. Seth, what do you have?
I would probably. Honestly, this one sounds like the most pathetic answer, but the Chiefs, I guess. Like,
yeah. I could see Rams beating the Colts also. I had that one.
Oh, yeah. I see that
the Rams are the favorite, Trent. The Rams are the favorite. You mean the Colts beating the Rams on the road?
Sorry. I never mind. Yeah, I read that wrong. My bad. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back over to our sleepers because Jordan was a little freaked out that I skipped that part.
Yeah.
So Jordan, we'll start with you.
He's a man of order and he doesn't have his phone, Seth. It's amazing. It's amazing he's even functioning without his phone. Like he's probably walking around like looking.
Do you guys know how I do all my prep? All in a notebook.
Yeah.
I don't even use it. It's all written down every week.
Movie notebook
every week. It's a good movie, Trent. Don't hate. I I got Woody
haven't
Marks
seen him,
as
honestly.
that's a shame. That's an absolute shame. Woody Marks as my sleeper. His snaps have increased every single week from 11% to 27% to 48% in week 3. His touches have increased from 3 to 4 to 7 most recently in week 3. Titans allow the third most fantasy points to running backs, third most rushing yards to running backs. I think it's a flyer if you need somebody. I like him. I think he's going to start cutting into that role of Nick Chubb. And the more Houston struggles on offense, the more they're going to need more pop. And I think Woody Marks has the kind of that receiving upside and a little more pop. Daria Ogunbowale barely played at all last week. I think Damian Pierce is healthy and active. So they're kind of trending towards like a two running back room. And I think that Woody Marks is going to start getting more work. So I like him. I think in games where they're going to be tired or trailing, they're going to use him. So, I mean, at some point, there's no reason. The more games they lose, the more incentive they have to try other things. So I think Woody Marks, maybe it's not this week. I think by the end of the year, though, I think by week 8, 9, if their record's 1, 2, and 6, I think you're going to see a lot more Woody Marks. He's a guy that I wouldn't mind trying to target in some leagues, you know?
Yeah, Jordan, I just missed this one, my waiver show. I do it early, like Monday afternoon. I think I just didn't have the time to find this one. Like, I think I just didn't dig into that Texans game enough versus the Jaguars. So that was a big miss by me. I might start recording that on Monday nights just to get as much time as possible to get some information out there. Yeah, so I definitely whiffed on the Woody Marks, not having him on that list, especially with how just desolate the running back waiver wire is. Seth, do you want me to go to my sleeper or do you want me to go to my survivor pick? Or like, what are you thinking now?
Go to your sleeper, just so Jordan doesn't lose it.
Okay. That might be kind of fun too, though. It's both ways. All right. I got Matthew Golden. This Cowboys defense, guys, has been brutal. It's, Diggs is a shell of himself. Bland is hurt. He might play. There's no pass rush. I think Luther Burden just scored on a flea flicker last week. So I think Golden could have a really good game here. Josh Jacobs is even banged up. So wouldn't be shocked if the Packers just really poured on Dallas this week, especially after their upset versus the Browns. Like when I saw that loss right there, like I wasn't feeling confident about the Cowboys beating the Packers anyways, but them coming off a loss like that to the Browns, I think it's going to be really bad here. And I could see Golden finally getting something going here. I know he hasn't looked great, but Cowboys defense is the absolute perfect, team to get going in the right direction. So I don't know what you guys think about this. I feel like this is hard to argue with. Packers pass catchers haven't been great. I think they got to get something going, and this could be a good spot to do it. Last time Jordan Love played the Cowboys, he went crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, I think the you'll talk about it in my sit coming up. I think the Packers roll the Cowboys this week.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like I don't know, I feel like you could go a Quentin Johnson every single week because he's still like super low on all these rankings here. And just to add to for what it's worth category, we were 66% right on our picks last week. So guys,
I have a bone to pick with your grading my sleeper. I think Darnell Mooney, he had 9 fantasy points. I think that should count for being a sleeper, but you can keep grading however you want, but like,
yeah,
I feel like 8 to 10 from a sleeper is not bad. Like,
I know it's not terrible, and honestly, I just figured I didn't even realize he had more fantasy points than Michael Penix right there. So I maybe I did grade that wrong, but
yeah, he had like 5 catches for 50 yards or something over there.
But. Yeah, if he could have had a touchdown or a couple more catches, it could have been really good. But yeah, maybe I am grading a little too hard right there, Jordan. Do you want me to start grading on a curve? Would that be better? Like,
I just think sleepers should be graded a little differently than your starts and sits because,
okay,
like I'll be honest, there's some you could have had Terry McLaurin, you could have Darnell Mooney. Probably would have took Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, or Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I think Chase might have outscored Mooney barely.
Did he maybe? Like I'm looking. Well, he outscored CeeDee Lamb. If you want to talk about that, like
that's
a lot of guys. Yeah, but there's a lot of guys. So like he outscored Malik Neighbors, and he was right there with Marvin Harrison Jr. So
yeah.
All right, Seth.
Let's go over to our survivor picks, which is kind of a fun segment because you can only pick one survivor, right? You can only use a team once, correct?
Yeah. I
Yes.
messed up. I lost the Packers last week and I lost the Falcons last week. So maybe that's another reason I didn't put Mooney in there. I have Bills in my last survivor section I have left. So I'm going Bills with my last team. I put in 3. I got 1 left. Jordan, who are you going with?
I have not. Look, my days got kind of out of whack, so I wasn't able to I'm going to try look into it tonight. My initial lean is Detroit on all 3, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But my initial lean is Detroit on all 3 of mine that are left. Maybe Houston. I might do Houston 1. I might do Detroit 2, Houston 1, because I don't know when Houston I would use them again. They're pretty big favorites against the Titans. So I think Detroit for sure 2. Might go full all in on Detroit. Might use Houston once, but I got to look into it a little bit more later today or tonight or tomorrow morning. So I'm a little behind on sleep on Survivor.
Great show. Seth.
If we want to go to our 3 favorite matchups,
Did we do sits?
No, we haven't done sits. Seth is just
wait, we haven't done sits? I said let's do the sits.
No, you said Survivor. You said this is a fun segment, Survivor.
Oh my goodness. I said do the sits earlier. And I think someone did the sleepers.
Said
whatever.
Are you on your medication?
Okay,
man?
let's go to sits here. I thought we did that for some reason. I don't know.
Seth's just over here looking at his cutoff.
Maybe this hoodie's blocking out my wavelengths coming out of my brain.
Yeah. Well, you are wearing your headphones over your hoodie,
Tylenol
so maybe you're not hearing.
I don't know. Let's go to your sits here, Trent.
It's all that creatine.
Which was in your pick your player earlier.
Yeah, so that kind of messed you up. I'll be your slump buster here, Jordan. I'll help you out here. I have Brian Thomas Jr. at the 49ers. A little fantasy riddle here for you guys. What do Jackson Smith Najigba, Roma Dunze, and Brian Thomas Jr. all have in common? Do you know what that is, Jordan?
That idiot. Shane Waldron.
They've all been total duds under Shane Waldron, the Jaguars passing game coordinator. If I had spotted this curse earlier, Jordan, I'm mad you didn't point out to me. I would have screamed from the rooftops not to draft Brian Thomas Jr. The numbers don't lie, though. So the 49ers are the 27th toughest matchup for wide receivers, surrendering just 0.7 touchdowns per game to the position. They don't have Nick Bosa, so that should open up Jacksonville's passing attack a little bit. But I know it's tough to bench a guys like Brian Thomas Jr., but if you got him paired with Waldron's scheme, I'd try to shop him if he has a big game here. If he has a breakout game, I might try to shop him just because of Waldron. So Jordan called him an idiot. I didn't. So if you could flip that hot hand for some, more steady value, I might do that. But hey, I got AJ Brown out of a slump. Maybe I'll get Brian Thomas Jr. out of a slump. So I'm not sure here, Jordan. So once I saw that, I kind of just decided he was going to be my sit of the week as soon as I saw the Shane Waldron news. And I don't know how I just figured this out this week. So because look at Roma Dunze, he's having a good year. JSN been having really 2 good years since Waldron left. So I don't know.
I do think there's a little bit. It might be a little bit of noise.
The volume's there though. Like the volume hasn't been there for the past 2 guys. Like Brian Thomas Jr. has the volume. So I'll give
the difference between the Brian Thomas Jr. and then the other 2 is that he was with those other 2 receivers their rookie year, and then like Jason rookie year, Rome rookie year, and then they had second year breakouts. Like it's kind of natural for that to happen anyways, So I don't know. I think the guy's dumb, and I think like he doesn't know how to use people. But I mean, it's not like they're not using Brian Thomas. That's the difference for me is that like he's still running good routes. Like he's just not catching footballs.
Yeah, so the targets are there.
Yeah, it's a little different, I think. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah, the ball's in his court at least.
Yeah.
Seth, you want to throw this over to Jordan, or do you want me to do it, or do you want to just skip his sit here too?
Yeah, we can just skip it. No, let's go to yours, Jordan.
I have George Pickens as a sit here. The Packers, it's a brutal matchup for the Cowboys. The Packers give up the third fewest yards to wide receivers, fourth fewest fantasy points to wide receivers. They're the fifth best rated coverage defense on PFF. And I think the CD injury like hurts Pickens almost more than it helps him. Just I think Pickens was benefiting from CD taking so much attention away from the defense and kind of freeing him up on the outside. And I think without CD, it's just, you think defense are going to focus on Jalen Tolbert and Kevontae Turpin? I mean, that's going to feed Ferguson in the short stuff. So like, I just think it hurts Pickens. I think they're going to struggle to move the football down the field. I think they're going to double Pickens, and so I just don't like him this week in this matchup. I think the Green Bay rolls, and I just think they kind of try to lock down, really double cover Pickens and make Dak throw to Ferguson and Turpin and Tolbert and make those guys beat them. I think stack the box, double safety over the top on Pickens, and then just make Dak throw those other guys and make them beat them.
Yeah, I'm not super optimistic. Cowboys Nation, I'm sorry. Had to put the camera on Jordan to hide my tears. Yeah, Pickens, how he's reacting at the end of these games, like how mad he was getting last week, is exactly how Cowboys fans have felt the last, 10 years. Like he's throwing stuff, he's mad. Like, yeah, like I know Cowboys fans that break TVs and stuff. It's totally natural. It happens to all of us. Yeah. So Seth, that is our start, sit, sleepers, survivors, upsets. Jordan had a little dynasty story he wanted to share here, Seth. I guess Jordan, proud father, adopted a dynasty orphan team. That's what they call it. Jordan, is that true? You took in an orphan dynasty team?
Yeah. So I got a text today that I got a text earlier this morning, like, hey, in week 4 we have an opening. It was working. It was still working.
There's a lot of holes in this story.
So, okay, my phone stopped working at 12:30, and so I got this text like 7:45. Hey, we have a team in our league that needs to be taken over. But I think the exact words was, this team needs a lot of TLC, but we want someone who's going to be in it for the long haul. And like the first 2 years, we're going to be free. Like the rest of this year and the next 2 years will be free for me, because the way they do it is you have to pay like 3 years kind of in advance or something like that. So I find out the team, and I mean, this might be the worst team I have ever seen in my entire life. Like it's awful. The quarterback is solid. They got Drake Maye and Joe Burrow at quarterback. Obviously Burrow, doesn't help. It's a 1 QB league. These are the running backs on this roster though. Caleb Johnson, Tyler Algier, Kamani Vidal, Damian Martinez, Devin Neal, Bam Knight, Sincere McCormick, Ty Johnson. That's the running backs.
Oh,
okay.
What?
So Sincere McCormick's, but he's had some buzz in the past, but not great.
I don't even know if he's even on the roster. Like, and then but now the receivers.
Hey, these are your kids, man. Every kid's beautiful in a parent's eyes. So tell me the receivers now.
Brian Thomas, Agbuka, but then it gets downhill fast. Trey Harris, Josh Palmer, Andre Yoshivas, Savion Williams, Elick Ayamanor, which I do like. I'm a fan of that one. Jalen Noel, Kyle Williams, Luke McCaffrey, Kevontae Turpin, Darius Slayton, Jalen Hyatt. I mean, it is like, did
this guy trade away his picks?
Njoku, Ferguson. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, and no first round pick in next year's draft.
What?
So who was this guy that just sabotaged this team before they?
So apparently it was. I'm the third owner of this team. The first guy was really, really bad. The second guy, I guess, didn't do a great job of like trying to rehabilitate the team. So like, basically it's like, what's the terminology? Like a car, like someone took the first car really bad, and kind of trashed it. The next owner just like knew it needed work and just didn't repair it. And then just kind of kept driving it, and then I'm the one who gets it when it's basically totaled and dead. And I got to rebuild the thing from scratch. So I figured it's not a bad situation. Like I get a couple years free, 2.5 years free to kind of rehabilitate the team. I got Brian Thomas, Igbuka to build around.
You should have asked for 4 years
like,
free. You should.
Yeah, you need that
for 4 years.
You need that first round pick back, man. That's brutal.
I'm probably gonna have to end up trading Burrow or something in this league. But
but you can't trade Burrow this year because like you might if a guy's about to win.
You have to wait. Yeah.
Yeah, if a guy's about to win, he might trade a first round pick for Burrow. That might get you back into it. I don't know. Or you got to look for that on the fence guy who's might make playoffs, might not. Maybe you get like a 5th round, like a 6th overall pick or 8th overall pick, rather than
the weird thing about this. The weird thing about this team is that apparently the first round pick got traded to like one of the best teams in the league, and like. So, and the weird way how this league works is in order to not allow tanking, so tanking doesn't happen, the team with it doesn't go by, for the non-playoff spots, it's like points, like 4. It goes by points 4. So like losing, and it counts for your whole entire team. Does that make sense? So for the non-playoff teams, the first pick goes to the team with the least amount of points, but it's like best ball style for only those teams, if that makes sense. So you can't just it counts even your bench. So like, it's not like you can be like, oh, I want to get the first pick, I'm just going to start a bunch of sucky guys. Well, no, because it still counts your players on your bench for the teams who don't make playoffs. So you can't really tank. So like, there's no one.
That's a good way to do it because you're not going to drop guys.
Yeah, and so like I want to just score as many points as possible, so one of the best teams in the league doesn't get the first overall pick. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. I've never really done something like this before, so I think it's a cool little challenge. So
local guys here in town.
Yeah, local guys here in town.
Okay. Are you allowed to say who the guy's team you took this from? Like, I don't. Sometimes it's kind of like, hey, like I'd like to call you. Like, hey, what'd you do to this car? Like, is this thing gonna blow up if I go over 55?
I don't. Yeah, I don't think.
Like, hey, why'd you do this trade? It's not like that. It's not that.
Not like that. I don't think.
Okay, all right. Even like I don't know. Like sometimes people like. Never mind. I'm not gonna go to that analogy. That's too far. Quick little poll I did here, Jordan. We were talking about Brian Thomas Jr. I did better rest of season, half point PPR. George Pickens versus Brian Thomas Jr. I'm Brian Thomas Jr. here, but 61% Brian Thomas Jr., 38% George Pickens out of 120 votes there. Give me a follow on X. Check out all these polls I'm posting. Remember, guys, let's kick the weekend off early. Thursday night after the game, your dudes are going live. I figure both you guys are Brian Thomas Jr. there. So, all right.
Yep.
Seth, we got our favorite matchups here. Then we're going to do rapid fire picks. I got Colts and Rams. That's what I'm most excited about. And then Chiefs and Ravens. What's one game that I don't have here that you guys are like, oh, man.
You said
Colts, Rams, Chiefs, Ravens.
Yeah. You thinking Bucks and Eagles? What are you guys thinking here?
Bucks and Eagles, I think.
You guys think that I have a game that I am very excited for, mostly because for one reason and one reason only. It's Jackson Dart season, baby. So I'm really excited, looking forward to this Charger at Giants game. I just want to see Jackson Dart play. So, I'm excited for that game. I think Jackson Dart's going to do really well right away. Like,
I just watching Russell Wilson, Seth, no offense here. Like, I know this is your guy, but him just chucking the ball out of the end zone in the red zone with the game on the line, like 3 plays in a row. I'm just like, what are you doing? At least on that 4th down, throw a jump ball to neighbors or something, like, or run. Like he
might be the first quarterback in history to 2 weeks before throw 500 yards and they get benched the next week.
Well, I mean, I really think that game was a mirage. The Cowboys defense is awful.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, you. It might be though, Seth. Very well could be, but I'm just like. I just don't understand. It's like you have nothing to lose. There's like 3 minutes left. You're in the red zone and you're just going to throw it out of the end zone. Like on 4th down, what if you throw a pick, you're going to lose anyways. Like put the ball in play where they can at least try to do something. Don't just sail it through the uprights every time. Like just bad football there.
The immediate camera angle on the fans after he throws it in the back of the end zone was just so priceless. The fans were just like, "What?"
No, it was 3 out of the 4 plays. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Well, the thing is, I think he meant to throw it in an area where someone could grab it for that last one. The first 2 he threw out on purpose for sure.
Yeah.
But the last one was like, oh, I'm just going to try to leap it up as he's getting tackled. And he threw it just straight out. And it was just so bad.
Did you guys see that? Yeah. You see that meme and it's like Brian Daboll's in a horrible spot. If I play Daniel Jones, I'm going to lose my job as a head coach. If the Colts play Daniel Jones, I'm going to lose my job as a head coach. So Daniel Jones, Josh Allen got him that job, I guess, and it just hasn't worked out for him at all there. Pick'ems rapid fire, Jordan. We could run through this. You have the results from last week?
Yeah, I do. So I went. Trent, you were last 8-8. Really, the first bad week anyone's had. Yep. I went 11-5, and Seth went 13-3. So I'm still winless. Seth has 2 wins. Trent has one win. So yeah, that's where we're at going into week 3.
Bad week there. All right, Jordan, take it away.
Okay, so we got Seattle at Arizona. Seattle favored by 1.5, 43.5 total. I am going Seattle.
Seahawks.
You want Seahawks too? I think I gotta go Seahawks. Are both team? What are the Seahawks? Are 2-1? Okay.
Yeah, both 2-1. It's a pretty big divisional game here. Minnesota at Pittsburgh. I think in Ireland. Minnesota favored by 2.5, 40.5 total. I am going Minnesota.
McCarthy's out still, right?
Yeah, he's out for a while with a mental reset.
Steelers.
Yeah, it's the Steelers.
Wow.
You're on Vikings,
Carson Wentz. Yeah, I got the Vikings. Carson Wentz, baby. Carolina at New England. New England favored by 5, 42.5 total. I am going. I know I said Carolina, but you made me choose some things. I'm gonna go New England, to be honest.
I'm going Patriots.
That tells you how much confidence I had in that upset pick you made me choose.
Yeah.
Seth, what do you have?
Let's go New England.
Seth hates this because he's in a pick'em, and so he can change his pick'em, but then it'll be different than what he has on here. I think that's what I'm thinking, right, Seth?
I keep it. I usually keep it, as you know, change it.
Okay, next game. Cleveland at Detroit. Detroit favored by 9, 44.5. I assume we're all taking Detroit.
Lions.
Yeah.
One pride.
All right. Next game. Chargers at Giants. Chargers favored by 6 on the road, 44 total. I am going Chargers.
Chargers.
All right. We got New Orleans at Buffalo. Buffalo favored by 16 at home. 48 total. I'm going Buffalo.
I'm going Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
16 points.
That's a lot. I probably would take New Orleans to cover, but I mean
that's a 90 to 10. Whoa.
Yeah, man, the Saints have just been so I don't know.
Philly at Tampa. Philly favored by 3.5 on the road, 44 total. You know what, Trent? I want to switch my upset pick. Yeah, I want to switch my upset pick from Carolina to Tampa. I'm taking Tampa to win this game. My visual upset.
Baker's ice in his veins with the last minutes in these games. He's just finding ways to win. Have you guys watched? Have you watched that Amazon Prime show on Baker Mayfield? The replaceable. What's it called?
I haven't.
When he dresses up as a fan, I highly recommend it. It was pretty good. Just those guys, those fans. What?
Let me guess. Seth's taking the Eagles here.
Yeah, come on.
Yes. So, people make fun of me for liking the Chiefs. You guys know that Seth's just as much of an Eagles fan as I am a Chiefs fan.
I have a Jalen Hurts shirt, man. Come on.
I know. Yeah, we're like the same person, just with different quarterbacks.
Yeah, Seth's getting that level of annoyance.
Hey, he won
Tennessee
me. He won me a fantasy championship. Okay.
Tennessee at Houston. Houston favored by 7 at home. 38.5 total. It's a gross game. I take in Houston.
This game should not
Yeah,
be allowed to be
Houston.
played. This needs to be like Flex to Nickelodeon. Then I might watch it.
It's going to be played twice this year, Trent.
I know. It still
Yeah, that
should be
needs
on
to be a
Nickelodeon.
slime cast.
Yeah, exactly. Slime cast this game and I'll watch. I'm going Texans.
Seth?
Yeah, Texans.
All right, next game. Washington at Atlanta. Washington favored by 1.5 on the road. Still don't know about Jaden Daniels. I'd assume he doesn't play based on this line. 45 total. Don't know if Terry McLaurin's playing. A lot of questionable guys in this game. I am still going to Washington on the road. Marcus Mariota getting his revenge against Atlanta for whatever. I can't remember. I feel like something bad happened there while he was on the Netflix show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Washington.
Man, they benched him for Desmond Ridder.
That's right.
Right?
While he was on Netflix. One of the more awkward things I've ever seen watching it back.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going
I'm gonna
Commanders.
go
What team
Falcons.
is Desmond Ridder even on anymore?
I don't think he's on a team.
Packers?
Maybe Packers.
No, he's signed somewhere for sure.
No, he played in the game. I can't remember. Hold on. All right, we got Colts at Rams. Rams here by 3 at home. 49.5 total. I'm going to go Rams.
Rams defense. I'm going to go Colts. I'll stay with the Colts. I'm going to go Rams. They just lost that game that they should have won. I'm going to go Rams.
Yeah. Seth?
Let's go Rams.
NFC West was anyone seeing the NFC West being this good?
It's a good division.
Yeah.
Desmond Ridder is the third he's the emergency quarterback for the Vikings.
Okay. Jaguars at 49ers. 49ers favored by 3 at home. I really want the Jaguars to win, but I think it's a bad spot going into the West Coast on the road. I'm going San Francisco.
Gordon, you should have went to this game. You could have went to like 2 Jags games this year. I'm going.
I know. I just, yeah, it was a lot. Seth, who are you going?
Let's go Jaguars.
All right. I hope you win. All right. Baltimore at Kansas City.
Like that one.
Baltimore favored by 2.5 on the road. I'm going to go KC. We got a little 48 total here.
I'm shocked this isn't Sunday Night Football. I'm going to go Ravens.
I can tell you why it's not, but.
Why do you say that? Because the Cowboys, because of Parsons?
Yeah. Seth, who are you going?
I'm going Ravens.
All right. Last game of the afternoon on Sunday. Chicago at Las Vegas. Vegas favored by 1.
Bears.
47.5 total. You going Bears, Seth?
Yeah.
Trent, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go Bears as well.
I'm going Raiders.
Max Crosby could really get after Caleb Williams, though.
Sunday night game, Green Bay at Dallas. Green Bay favored by 6.5. 47 total. Green Bay.
I'm going Packers.
All right. Monday night. We got 2 Monday night games. New York Jets at Miami. Miami favored by 3. 45 total. I'm going Miami at home. Looked a little better last game. I think to get it done.
Yeah.
Is Fields back?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Concussion's hard to say. I'm gonna go with Jets.
Seth?
I'm going Dolphins.
All right, last game of the night. Cincinnati at Denver. This game would have been so much fun, more fun with Joe Burrow. Denver favored by 7.5 at home, 44 total. I have Denver to right the ship a bit.
Broncos.
on Denver.
All right. That's all we got.
All right, guys. Well, that does it. Remember, hop on with us live Thursday night, 9 p.m. Pacific time. Give us a like, give us a sub, hit that bell so you don't miss us coming live, guys. It's going to be a fun show. Hope to get a lot of interaction with you. Hope to give some more hats away. Gave some hats away to Dante last week. And man, who else did we give that hat to, Jordan? Mine is
David.
David, the Iowa guy, right? Dante, I think his name's
from
David
Iowa
as well. But yeah, the Iowa guy had some good plays there, guys. Don't miss that. Remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes. We'll see you next time. And as always, take